Welcome to another episode of Pages and Potions podcast, where we dive deep into delicious drinks and give you our hot takes, craziest theories, and fun reviews of some of our favorite books. We're your hosts, Courtney and Devon, and thank you for joining us for what we hope is your happy hour and your escape from the 9 to 5. Before we dive in, we need to remind you that this is a not safe for work podcast, not even a little bit. We talk about explicit books using explicit language, so if that's not your cup of tea, or if you have little ears around you right now, this might not be for you in this very moment. This will also be your one warning that this podcast will contain spoilers. So if that's not for you either, now is your chance to bail and catch us once you've read the book. Okay? If you're still here, let's get into it. For this week's episode, we are talking about Direbound by Sable Sorenson. But before we jump in, let us talk about our drink of choice this evening. Today's indulgence takes its influence from the emberwine that's so heavily featured in the story. So for our ingredients, this is a massive glass of delicious. And for those of you not watching, Devon's is absolutely gorgeous. She's got it full of ice with like orange slices and the whole thing. Mine's just dumped into a wine glass. So we've got a glass of red wine, about 5 ounces, but we like a hefty pour, so a little more than 5 ounces. An ounce of Creme de Cassis, an ounce of Brandy, 2 ounces. Here I go again with the southern ounces. I don't know. What is happening? 2 ounces. We're your hosts, Lurleen and Devon. 2 ounces of cranberry juice and a splash of sparkling water or gingerale or something, just to water it down a little bit. Garnish with oranges and blackberries. Blackberries will sink, I can promise you. So to a fresh glass with ice, add the brandy, creme de cassis, cranberry juice, wine, stir that, top it with the soda or ginger ale, garnish with an orange wedge, blackberry, enjoy. So cheers, let's try this. I haven't tried it yet.
This glass is so heavy. I need to alleviate the pressure on my wrist.
It's like the size of your head.
Oh my God.
Oh no. So I didn't have any soda.
Amazing.
It's so good. I
Neither
didn't have
did
any
I.
soda. So this is just like straight alcohol, and I only put an ounce of cranberry juice in mine. So
This is
it's just all alcohol.
I'm gonna be a little bit tipsy after this, so good thing we're not
But
safe
that's
for work
delicious. I like
dangerous.
it.
I'm like,
Yeah.
It may be snowing outside or like snowy outside, but this feels like a patio drink.
Oh yeah. Yeah. This is like,
Goddamn.
this is definitely patio drink. Sip, sip. Oh, delicious. Okay.
Delightful.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
Shall we?
So
Shall we get into this?
Let's get into this. Tell us about the book, Devon. Tell us about it.
Direbound. Let me set the scene. Direbound. We've got dire wolves. We've got a scrappy young FMC who's snarky and kind of gritty and just doesn't give a shit about anyone but her little sister and her crazy mom. But you know what? We love her for it. And then we've got dark and stormy characters. We've got the blonde character. So we're going to talk all about that. Our story opens with our FMC, Marin, absolutely beating the shit out of someone in a fighting ring. This is my kind of story, people. We soon learn that she has a mom and sister that rely on her for money, and a best friend and lover, Lee, who is around a lot. Hence, the blonde. The story takes place in Nocturna, a realm ruled by a king and with an ongoing war with the Siphons, a vampiric-type race. This war is led by Nocturna's elite forces, the Bonded, which are a group of soldiers bonded to the direwolves. We learn early on that the Siphons have been kidnapping kids from Marin's town, called the Nabbers. They don't know where the kids are taken or why, but one night while she's macking on Lee, her sister gets taken by these nabbers. Shame. Marin is a little over the top guilty. Yeah. Just a little over the top guilty about the whole thing. So decided to enlist in the army. Dramatic, but okay. When she gets to army camp, she learns that there's a bonding ritual this year where new bonded will be chosen. So all of the recruits have to climb this fucking mountain to prove they're worthy or some shit. A bunch of people die in the process, and then if you're one of the lucky ones to make it to the top, and a direwolf chooses you, you're officially in it. Hook, line, and sinker. Like you are stuck with no way out. It could have been a pretty boring book if Marin didn't make it up the mountain, so she obviously does with a little help from some new friends, and is chosen by an older, sassy as fuck wolf named Anassa. Sidebar, we fucking love Anassa. Anassa and Marin are not besties from the start. They don't communicate, they kind of hate each other, and Marin doesn't even want to be there in the first place. She was just hoping to get shipped to the front lines to save her sister. Okay, so the new bonded need to learn a bunch of stuff and are put through trials. Think like Hunger Games, which Marin and Anassa miraculously survive, no thanks to their awful communication and mutual stubbornness. Remember Lee? The one who she was macking on when her sister was taken? Yeah, we did too. But Marin finds out that he's actually the crown fucking prince in one of these trials and is fucking pissed about being lied to. I mean, I'd be mad, but a prince? Like, girls' money problems would be over so fucking fast. Anyway, there's a secret passage between Marin's room and Lee's, whose actual name is Killian, which I think is actually a really clever nickname for Killian. So they eventually get through the emotional shit and get back to fucking. There is the usual tall, dark, handsome, broody dude named Stark, who seems to be looming over Marin the whole time and also seems to want her dead. His mommy is some big, high general person responsible for protecting the crown. Also, I believe they're called the Sovereign Alpha. Now, we haven't mentioned yet that Marin's mother had hallucinations and was quite unwell. Like, she cray-cray. As Marin gets deeper into her training, she starts to have them as well. She thinks she's going crazy. She keeps having this dream that there's a crown below the arena, which is a little fucking delulu. Anyway, as things start to get spicy, Marin sends one of her friends to look for this crown, and the friend actually finds her fucking sister, like, way down below the castle. Like, Selah has been there the whole fucking time. Marin and Selah have a heartwarming reunion, but they can't get her out, so of course Marin goes and tells Lee/Killian/Crown Prince that her father is in on the whole nabber thing. Killian, very quickly, almost too quickly, comes to the conclusion that they need to kill his dear old dad. So in the final trial, Marin yeets King Dickwad into the afterlife, but then Killian has her arrested. What? Even though this man is the blonde first love interest, he had excellent bedroom game, which is the first ones usually don't, and we're going to talk about that. Anyway, Marin gets arrested, and then Stark of all people, who, remember, tall, dark, broody asshole, comes to save her. Turns out Marin is the rightful queen. Stark is sworn to protect her, his direwolf and Anassa are mates, and Killian is a piece of fucking shit. Our story ends with a reunion with Selah. It's all cozy and sweet, until we learn that Selah has been turned into a fucking siphon, and on that cliffhanger, we have to wait until another 2 months passes for the second book. And I am unwell, Sable Sorenson. I'm unfucking well.
I am also unwell. Take a drink.
Oh my god, please.
Nicely done.
You know, this book, I feel like I had, like, no expectations going into this book because I didn't know what it was really about. It was from this book boyfriend challenge that we did a few episodes ago where we read a book that was like Rhysand vibes. This book was Xaden vibes, which I think is interesting because I actually, like, there is a little bit of that, but I find it's very Hunger Games vibes, not necessarily like Xaden vibes. How do you feel about that?
I felt the Fourth Wing vibes, but I didn't get Xaden vibes. Like, because like you think about like they're bonded, the bonded animals are mates. Like, I got Fourth Wing vibes, definitely like Fourth Wing / Hunger Games, because it's got the trials and the like all of that stuff. Fourth Wing / Hunger Game vibes, bonded, the whole thing. But Stark does not give me Xaden vibes.
No, I do think, and I'm gonna keep an open mind for book 2 because I have a feeling it will develop into that. I think there's potential for it to like grow to that, but for right now, it's really not. And that's okay.
No.
There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not what we went in expecting.
No.
Right?
But I think we were both pleasantly surprised with the book as a whole. Like,
it was so, like, I devoured this book. Like, my favorite, I was saying this to you before, my favorite thing about these, like, book challenges that we're doing is, like, it's exposing us to books that we probably never would have picked up before. And although I'd heard about Die Around, I maybe would have gotten to it eventually, but it really was like, no, we're going to do this. We're going to review a book we don't know. Let's do it. And I've loved it. I loved it so much. I cannot wait for book 2 to come out.
Me too. I thought it was just so great right from the start. And, you know, I was thinking about it earlier today, and I was like, you have an FMC that, like, it follows kind of the usual trajectory, right? Like, something happens, she's the chosen one, but she doesn't know she's the chosen one, and she's reluctantly kind of thrust into it, right? Like, this is the thing that we see over and over again. But it opens with her being a fucking badass and just, like, kicking people's ass in the fighting ring and, like, all of this stuff. And, you know, like, she kicks ass from the start. The reluctance is there, the, you know, chosen one is there, all of that. But that, like, the way that it opens is so unexpected, I found.
100%. And it really paints a picture of Marin completely. Like, that is who she is. She is clever. She's fast. She's not going to give up. And you also see, like, a little bit of soft side of her, because we meet Lee in the opening scene. We meet him. He's the one who, like, tends to her when she's wounded from a fight. So we see her get soft and feel like, okay, I can be protected and feel safe. So you get, like, this really big mixed bag of emotions and sides to her, which, like, immediately, which is great. And there's no, like, secret. Like, she just, you get what you get, and I love it. Love it.
I love that too. Yeah. And, like, Lee seems so caring at the beginning, and we'll talk about him in a bit, but, like, he seems so caring at the beginning. You're right. Like, there's no, like, oh, I don't have time for love right now. Like, there's none of that trope. It's like, they're together, they're in love, they want to live together. Like, that is clear from the start. Like, it's really cool. There's no miscommunication, Devon. It makes me so happy. There's lying and betrayal, but there's no miscommunication. That's a whole other bag of worms. Yeah. No, there's not. There you go. You and your Lee can be very happy about that. I was like, hey, this guy's name is Lee. Oh no, he's the blonde first love interest.
Yeah, it's true. He is. Okay, let's just talk about it. We're going to talk about the blonde elephant in the room. So Lee / Killian / Crown Prince.
Yeah.
I remember reading this, and I messaged you, and I was like, I voice noted you and said something along the lines like, I'm reading this, and I feel like he's not bad, but he's not exactly good either. And I couldn't really put a finger on it. Like, I just couldn't pinpoint what it was about him. Because typically in these books, the blonde love interest is, like, a bad lover, a little bit selfish, maybe a little bit controlling. He was none of those, you guys.
No.
Like, the spice in the scenes with him, like, were fucking hot. Like, I think we were dickmatized, honestly. Like, we were like, okay, Absolutely. He's a good lover, so clearly he's not a bad guy. Like, we were full dickmatized. Like, I
think you're right.
I could not, like, the whole time, I'm like, so unsure, because it's so stereotypical of the blonde male love interest to be those other qualities that we always see. So that's why I was, like, so sketch. I'm like, is he bad? I just don't know. And it really kind of kept me on my toes the whole time reading it, wondering, like, where is this actually going? And, like, you get, like, I want to say 70% of the way through the book believing he's good. Like, there were a couple of, like, red flag, like, not red flags, but let's say, like, beige flags, where you're kind of like, well, I don't know. And then, like, obviously shit hits the fan and he's a fucking asshole. But the whole time we're thinking, like, maybe he's not that bad. I don't even really know. Because I was
Well, yeah.
dickmatized. Because the spice was so fucking
Same. It was so good. Same. And like he just, because he knows her family and he knows her mom, and so like Marin thinks she's starting to get these hallucinations and is starting to go crazy herself and the whole thing. And there's that part where she's in the tunnel between the rooms and she sees that carving in the wall of like the woman riding the dire wolf and the whole thing. And like he just kind of brushes it off and like, you know, but then yeah, like, but you think he's being so nice. Like, and usually I can spot these things like a mile away. And there was one moment where he said something and I can't remember. I wish I had highlighted it in my Kindle. I should get better at that. But there was one moment kind of before everything. There was one moment where he said like one line and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then it wasn't until he immediately went to, oh, we should kill my dad. Like immediately after she told him about the kids under the castle, that I was like, okay, something's up here. Like that's 100%. Not a normal reaction. No.
That was, as soon as I read that, I was like, oh, she's gonna be put in prison. Like as soon as he said that, you're absolutely right. It was like there was enough what was it, like suspension of disbelief the whole time where we're like, well, maybe, and then it was like one little thing and immediately we're like, no, you're bad.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. You're a bad guy.
That weird little nagging feeling in the back of my brain was actually saying like, no, okay, you're bad. But it was, like, good for you, Sable Sorenson, for, like, tricking us this whole time. Because, like, dickmatized.
Absolutely.
Like, some of the hottest spice I've read in a while. It was so good. Like, really well thought out. And, like, you really believe, like, they are in love. He proposes to get married. Like, they are, like, together.
Yeah.
And you just, you think she's going to be okay.
Yeah,
Psych.
totally. And Marin is... Yeah. Like, she's a strong enough character. Like, the way that she reacts to, like, Lee not telling her that he's the crown prince. Like, you see her as that strong character. Like, you lied to me. Fuck you. I don't care that you're a prince or, you know, whatever. Yeah. Like, I need to work through this. Like, she's not that wallflower character. Like she would, you know, stand up for herself and all of that. So yeah, really like super cool stuff. And I can't even remember their names, but the twins that Marin meets before they go up the mountain.
Isn't it Isabel and
Vessa? Yes. Yeah, Isabel and Vessa, who are kind of turned into her best friends. And I love how quickly that happens. Immediately. Like they talk once and they're like besties for the whole thing, and the trust develops and all of that. So cool.
So good. And so in this world where they're going through the bonding trials, there's different qualifications of like different quadrants that you're going to be put into, I should say. So there's the strategos, which is what Marin and Isabel end up going and getting put into. And it's all about strategy and kind of like being the leaders of the pack. And then there's the demos, which is basically like the strongest warriors. And then there's the phalanx, which is, I want to say, the kind of like puzzle masters, I want to say.
Yeah.
And then there's one other one that I'm forgetting, but that's what Vessa gets onto it. It's all the spies, basically. Right. So that's why she enlists Vassa's help to basically uncover the truth about what's really going on. So it's such an inherent plot point that she makes these best friends and actually like steps into her role as a member of the bonded and bonds with her group, what do you call it, your pack.
Yeah totally. And Anassa, we got to talk about Anassa, the dire wolf that she bonds to. So she gets up to the top of the mountain, like climbs up the mountain, bunch of people die, they make it, all three of them, Marin and the twins.
The girls.
They all make it to the top. And this like huge ass female dire wolf comes out of like, it feels like anyway, she's like coming out of the mist and like chooses Marin. So the direwolves choose their bonded, right? And so she comes and she chooses Marin, but right away, like, they don't communicate. Like, they've got like a telepathy thing that they can do, but they don't bond right away. And it's Anassa says later, it's like, I could tell you didn't want to be there. I needed you to kind of open up your mind before I could, we could be a team. And that relationship is really cool, I think.
100%. And I believe Anassa waited like decades to bond. Like, she is the oldest, most powerful wolf in the pack, and she waited specifically for someone of Marin's lineage to bond with her, because that is the most powerful line. I just really appreciated how, like, snarky and sassy she was back. Like, she would, like, flip her tail off at her, and just like, the snark would come back. And, like, you can literally, it's described as how their mental barrier is literally like a brick wall. Like, it's just like, it just gets slammed down, and the amount of sass, like, she'd give like a one-liner and then just be like, nope, not today, Satan, like, bye. It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah.
So great.
Yeah.
So great. And go ahead.
I was gonna say, I think my favorite part about all of that is, like, we learn after that Anassa actually really wanted to communicate with her, but couldn't. And honestly, it helped with us because we were discovering things as Marin was, so we got to kind of go along this growth journey beside her as they got stronger bonded wise.
Yeah, I love that. And, like, you had an inkling for, well, I mean, you and I, we've read enough books that you kind of get these thoughts, right? But we had an inkling that Anassa was going to be bonded to Stark's wolf, right? Like, we kind of had figured that out. And, like, and then, it's all finally revealed, and it's just, like, there's enough breadcrumbs that I wasn't, like, shocked at, kind of all the revelations in the last 100 pages or 50 pages or whatever it was. But just the journey to get there was so cool. And, like, I do not want to wait another 2 months.
No, it was a ride. It was so well breadcrumbed that, like, the whole time, like you said, like, we've read enough books that we could kind of, like, everything wasn't a surprise. We knew things were coming, but at the same time, I didn't really know what was going to come down the docket. I was shocked when she was named Alpha. I was like, oh, okay, this is a cool twist. So she was named Alpha of the Strategos pack. And I was like, this, like, scrappy street rat kid is now going to lead the Strategos wolves? All right.
Like, what? Well, you don't even know about the history either. Like, because we know that Marin, like, we learn at the end, right? So, like, all the spoilers in this chat today, but, like, we find out at the end that Marin is actually the rightful heir to the throne. Her line was, overthrown by Killian and King Dickwad's line many, many years ago, blah, blah, blah. But you didn't know any of that history before that revelation. Like, you didn't know there were queens in the past. You didn't know any of that until it actually happened. And I thought that was a really cool way of revealing all of that, because I think if that had been revealed earlier, we all would have been like, okay, so Marin's the rightful heir and blah, blah, blah. Like, we would have figured it out.
Yeah. I think it was probably like 3 or 4 chapters before the big reveal happened that I sent you that voice note where I was like, oh my god, what if she's actually the queen and it's a usurper king? And I literally, like, put it together, but it was literally like pages before the reveal was actually about to happen. So it wasn't like I was sitting there thinking about all this, because at most of the book I'm sitting there thinking, like, okay, she's fucking Delulu like her mom was. She's going insane. Like, I didn't actually think there was any legitimacy to it. And then it was like, oh no, maybe I'm onto something here. And then, like, literally, like, word for word what happened is what I said was going to happen.
Yeah. And then when Killian turned on her, right, and had her arrested after she killed King Dickwad, and you, like, voice noted me and you were like, I think he's known all along. I'm like, just keep reading. I had finished the book by this point. dear listeners. And
Yes.
so I'm like, I know everything that's coming. I'm like, just keep reading. Ha ha.
Yeah.
And sure enough,
I just knew.
he knew
You,
the whole time.
You hearted that message, and I was like, I fucking knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, and he's known this whole time. The whole time, he knew exactly who Maren was. He knew that she was the rightful heir. He knew that, he had to basically get her to fall in love with him because that was his task. Essentially, what we learned in the last, 20 pages is that the Vampire King, the Siphon King, essentially takes over someone's body, and in his case it was his father that he was taking over for years, and now his, so that he can basically generation to generation just stay in power. And so we learned that Killian had to fall in love with her in order to keep tabs on her, basically.
Yeah, which is crazy. And I mean, I guess it makes sense because I was thinking about it and I'm like, why would you do that? Why wouldn't you let her just live in the slums, live her life? She would never find out. But if she's closer to power, there's way more. But then I was like, no, she trusts him so implicitly. If she starts having these visions and all this stuff, which was all a part of her actually being the heir, we learned this. Yeah. If she starts having these visions, he can pretend to take care of her and it's okay, I still love you. He could be that person, and it's so disturbing. So
super
disturbing.
Yeah. Well, and we learn as well that the visions that her mom and the women in her family were having is because they had gone unbonded, because they are meant to bond with direwolves. They have the strongest call to bond with direwolves. And so I did find it interesting that when she bonded with Anassa, the visions didn't just go away. She still had them, but I bet it's because she was rejecting the bond in a way. She was just no, I it's not for me, but I'm doing it for my sister. And then it isn't until halfway through the book that her teacher's my dude, you need to do this or you will probably die. This is for life. And she's
and I didn't get that the visions were necessarily because they went unbonded. I thought it was they were just not, they hadn't stepped into their power. They didn't, they hadn't had their power,
they do that.
Right?
That's how they step into their power, right? Is they get bonded. That's where all of the power comes from. So at the end of the book, Killian, they get engaged, and Killian puts the engagement bracelet on her wrist. Little does she know that it's actually got stones in there to nullify her magic. So she actually has so much more power than she knows what to do with, but she can't access it because he's muted it with this jeweled bracelet. So as soon as she bonded with Anassa, she actually gets a massive amount of power, but can't access it because Killian has totally fucked her.
That's right. Yeah. Do you think maybe that's why she's having visions?
Maybe.
Does she have any visions before she gets the bracelet?
A little bit. I mean, she sees the carving in the wall. Mm-hmm. She sees the carving,
but that's real because she saw it again, right? Didn't she see it again?
It was a vision. Oh, maybe
I can't remember. Oh, we're gonna have to read it again. Oh darn!
No.
Oh no!
Okay, but then she was having dreams where she'd literally end up in the middle of the trial stadium, in the dirt. It's I envision a giant rodeo stadium. She's just basically a giant dirt arena. Yeah. And she's literally woken up there, and she's standing over where she has this vision of the crown underneath the stadium.
In the drain or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, and so she's still having visions then. I don't think she gets engaged until her mom dies. And at that point,
right.
I think she still has visions. But then when the magic bracelet goes on, I'm not sure. You know what? I'd have to reread those bits again. I'm not sure.
Yeah, so listeners, friends, if you can remember when Maren starts getting her visions, you just let us know, because we obviously can't remember, because we both flew through this book. I'd have to
reread it again.
I know, we probably should have been more prepared for this, but it was just so damn good. I did not take the time.
Not at all, because you're just getting through it because it's just so good. But yeah. It's interesting, and I'm really curious where they're gonna go with this after the amazingly epic cliffhanger. I was like you. I gasped out loud when I read that last page. I was like, oh my god! Like even Ben was like, what just happened? I was like, she's a siphon. He's just like, oh, what the fuck are you talking about? I'm like, you don't understand. The little sister is a siphon.
That's
Babe,
like the whole point
important.
of the book is to save the little sister.
No. It's funny because Killian says, like, oh, I've left a little surprise for you. But I thought maybe he did something else. Like, maybe he killed one of the twins or, like, did something like that.
Me too.
Brain didn't even go to Selah.
No. And when she walked in the room and Selah was there, I was like, is he being nice again? Like, is that did he leave her as a gift? What happened? And then...
Yeah.
And then
she's a vampire. Did you go back and read the chapter from Stark's perspective?
I did not. Okay. But talk about it. Tell us about it.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so essentially it's actually the very first chapter of the book from his perspective because he was there that night at the fight when we open the book.
No.
And it's all from his perspective. And we learn that he's actually known Igor and his wife the whole time. Like, he literally...
Shut up! Really?
He knows... Yes, it is so good. So it actually starts off as him going to their house, which is their next-door neighbor, basically.
Yeah.
And catching... Like, he keeps tabs on her because he's technically the royal bloodline's protector. He's the sovereign alpha son, right? Like, they are bound to the true heir, not to the current king. So he's, like, having to check up on her. And the last time he'd seen her was, like, 4 years prior. So he goes to see her, and he goes to see her fight. And he sees motherfucking Killian at the fight and knows immediately. And he's just like, oh, fuck. Like, they're together. And then he plans to basically... The whole scene where... Yeah, the whole scene where the direwolves come through the street so that they can... can execute that person in the street. He knew that it was because he tried to, like, pick a fight with Marin. That's why he kills him in the street. He kills this guy who was a deserter. He says to the crowd, "Oh, I'm killing you because you deserted the war." No, he full on admits that he killed him because he threatened Marin's life. And made a whole show of it. It's so good. I'm like so thrilled for book 2 because I really want Stark POVs, and I really hope we get it because it got me really excited. Like,
I'm gonna go read that right after we're done.
Like it's the whole perspective is like he walks into the fight night, keeps to the shadows, watches her win the fight, and he's like, oh, I see why they call her the alley cat. Like, he literally like can see why she is the way she is, and like can like faint like, oh, I'm injured, poor me, but then literally strikes and just like decimates her opponent, and like literally admits that she's a good fighter. Yeah, it's just so good. It's maybe like 6 or 7 pages long, but it's so good. Worth it.
Oh my gosh. And because she tries that on him when he's training her.
Yeah.
And she is unsuccessful.
Yeah. Because he knows.
So he knows.
He knows her moves because he was there that night. And he knows, like, the whole time, the whole book, he knows that Killian knows who she is. The whole time.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I know. Mind meld.
What?
Yeah. So it changes things a little bit. Like, it's the fact that we also learn that, like, he was the one that got her the private lodgings, right? Like, got her the private room. It wasn't Killian. Like, we learn that he's the one who, like, has given her access to the library and the information and, like, the extra training. Like, he has done all of these things because it's kind of his sworn duty to protect her.
It's his job.
But also, I'm pretty sure there's, like, budding attraction there as well, obviously. We learn when they share the one bed in the inn. Yeah. Oh, no. And then nothing happened. I was like, okay. They literally had, like, an honest conversation.
I know. I was like, when that happened, I was like, wait a second. Like, this can't happen. She's in love with Killian. And it doesn't.
No.
But yeah, I was like, wait, it's too early for this trope. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm sure there's going to be more coming. But as soon as they went to the front, because there was rumors of nabbers taking kids and the kids being sighted on the front, which is why they rushed the front. But as soon as like they basically ransacked that warehouse, I was like, I bet you the king's taking these kids. I bet you they're in the kingdom. Yeah. Immediately I was like, this seems sus. Like, this is weird. I bet it's like they're right under their noses. Like, it's something like that. Like, it's maybe, and I wasn't sure if maybe it was like Killian was innocent in all of this and the king was actually a bad guy, but he was going to believe his dad over Marin. Like, I didn't know the dynamics that would play out, but I suspected. I had my suspicions. For sure.
Yeah. Because the first blonde love interest can't be the guy.
Even though he's like he was such a good lover. Like, you're reading that spice and you're like,
I know.
Holy fuck.
I know.
Like, it was so good. It was
so good.
It was hot.
Yeah.
He was caring. He gave her like, oh.
But I mean, if you think about like Court of Thorns and Roses, like Tamlin wasn't a selfish lover in book 1.
Not until they come back from under the mountain. Then it's kind of
yeah.
You can tell there's a switch that flipped.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. I'm trying to think of other like romanticities that are kind of like that, I guess.
Yeah, most of them are like disappointing. Yeah. But this one, not so much. Yeah.
No, it was so hot, and I was like, that's why I was so dickmatized. I was just like, he can't be the bad guy. He's great in bed. What the fuck? Like, no. He's a giver. What do you mean he's going to be the bad guy? Fuck.
Damn it. But can you imagine, though, with, like, if that's the bad, what's the good?
I know. I'm, like, a little, like, just thinking about what could be. What could happen.
Yeah, right?
Drink. My God.
Oh, my God. So, okay. Book rating. What do you think? Okay. What would you rate it? Would you recommend it? The whole 9.
5 stars for sure.
Oh,
5 stars.
Yeah.
Like, just not even just for vibes. I think world building, character development, plot, like, I think it was super unique. Thought it was a fun ride. Had some great tropes. Like, 5 out of 5 for sure.
Oh, yeah. Sure. I would 100% agree. Yeah, 5 out of 5 for me. I absolutely loved it. Like, it's been a while since a romantasy has, like, pulled me in. Like, we've gone through some books that, like, we've read in the past, and they were really great and that kind of stuff. But this one just, like, sucked me right in. Like,
there was something about it. Mm-hmm. And it was a very different turn from the last book we read, which is nice, too.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Like, what did we read last?
Really
oh, yeah.
Right.
It was House of Beating Wings.
Yes. I think also in terms of spice, like, as much as it kind of pains me to say this, I would still give it like 4 chili peppers out of 5. Like, it was still a good spice. As much as we don't like Killian at the end of the book, the whole time you're reading it, you're like, this is fucking good spice. Like, well done, ladies. Well done.
Yeah, I agree. Like, same. Like, the quality was top notch. Like, again, not a huge amount, like more than the last few books that we've read, for sure.
Like, I'd say there was like three or 4 really good scenes. 3 for sure.
Yeah, for sure. So, but yeah, really like good quality spice, like quality book overall, excellent. And so there are 2 authors. Tell me what you learned about the authors for this book.
So, Sable Sorenson is actually a pen name. Hold on one second. Let me get my handy dandy information out here, and then I can actually read it to you. So it's a pen name for 2 fantasy fangirls, Eliza and Annie, who grew up on a steady diet of wizards, magical creatures, and sweeping love stories, is what they call themselves. So they actually are just like 2 book besties that just decided they're gonna write books together. And honestly, ladies, well freaking done. Like, this book is great. It made me think, like, Courtney, should we write a novel? Should we write a romance?
It would just be 500 pages of smut if we wrote something. I mean, like, just...
Listen. I don't have many strengths, but the ones that I do have, I will utilize to the best of my ability. And if it means that writing super juicy, slutty, delicious, juicy smut, I will do that. I will do that for people.
It's not a bad idea. But what I found, like, after you said that, look at me, I'm holding a pen, like, I'm so smart. I hold a pen when I talk, usually, like, at work. Yeah, like, when you told me that, I was like, how was that two people? Like, the writing was so cohesive. Like, usually when there's more than one writer, like, you could tell, like, maybe there would be a perspective switch or something, but you can tell when one person's, because styles are so different, but it was very cohesive.
Yeah. I'd be super interested to interview them and see how their creative process actually works, whether it's like someone writes and the other edits, or they both just like hash out a storyboard and they have someone else actually write it so the tone is the same. Like, I don't know. I'd be so intrigued to interview them and ask them what their writing process is like, because that's it's rare to have like two book besties write a novel. I think that's such a cool idea.
Such a cool idea. And I mean, like, it's cool because like all the regular tropes were there, right? Like, there were some, like, comfortable friends, with the tropes, but there were enough twists and turns that it kept you super interested.
Totally. It wasn't as predictable as I thought it would be. Again,
no.
Dickmatization. That's a new word. You're welcome. Yeah. Dickmatized. Fully. Yeah. Okay. How do we feel about our drinks? We didn't actually name it, but I think it's our take on an ember wine. So that's just.
I agree. Let's call it dire wine.
Ooh, look at you. I like.
Do you like it? Yeah.
It's fucking delightful, is what it is.
Oh, so good, so good. I think next time I would definitely put some soda in it, just to water it down a little bit, because it is a lot. But just that, but like, the red wine with the cassis.
So good. But to be fair, in the book, they all get super fucked up on ember wine. Like, it is like you have 2 drinks and you're slurring your words. So I think we're pretty on brand. Not gonna lie. I think
you're probably right. Probably right.
They get fucked up.
When you sent me the recipe and there was brandy in it, I was like, oh no.
I just used Grand Marnier. I was like, well.
Oh, you did? Work. Yeah. I got some actual brandy. So
nice. Whew. Just some St. Remy's.
My liquor cabinet is very full right now.
You're welcome. I'm going to take that as a thank you.
You should.
Honestly, I mean, I am engaged to a liquor store manager, so my liquor cabinet is full. And it's like, I'm looking at it every time we have a new book and a new cocktail to make, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to use this for? Like, I have a chocolate and orange gin, and I'm like, what am I going to use that for? Like, I have some really cool stuff, and I'm like, we should like,
that's a Christmas thing. That's a Christmas thing.
Could be. It could be.
Yeah.
It very well could be. It could be like a Terry's chocolate orange martini. But we'll talk about that another time. Okay. So, I feel like this question is redundant, but do you think that we should continue reading the series?
Fuck yeah. I will be continuing reading the series, and you can find me, I forget what the actual release date is for the second book, but you will find me curled up on my couch with a cup of coffee, maybe some Baileys, reading this book.
Yes. Do we think there's going to be more than 2 books?
I wouldn't be surprised, like, because there's so much, because there's there's not only her as queen, so they have to like resolve that.
Yeah.
But they also have to resolve the siphon situation. So like, I'm wondering what, like, if we know now that the king has been a siphon all along, like, what are they even fighting for? Like, what's the war about? So, like, there's so many things that need to be wrapped up.
Should we read the actual synopsis that's released? It's May 5th, by the way. It's beginning of May.
5th.
Should we read the... Do you want me to read you the synopsis?
Yeah, do it.
Okay.
Do it.
Revenge demands sacrifice. Don't miss this action-packed, jaw-dropping, dark and romantic sequel to Direbound. Crowned by destiny, consumed by vengeance. Against all odds, Maren Cooper has inherited the crown and a deadly war. As the kingdom of Nocturna splinters under the weight of generations of lies, it is up to Maren, her bonded direwolf Anassa, and their allies to bring the country back from the brink. But the commoners, the bonded, and the nobles are distrustful of their new queen, and Maren is caught in a deadly game of politics. Meanwhile, Maren's beloved younger sister Sayla is more at risk than ever. Confusingly, the one person Maren can trust is Stark Therian, the dark, dangerous alpha she thought hated her as much as she loathed him. Yet his loyalty is unshakable. His presence is intoxicating, and with his guidance, Maren can seize an unthinkable level of power. With enemies closing in and shadows stirring in her dreams, Maren stands to lose her kingdom and her heart. Blood will spill, bonds will break, fate will be tested. Perfect for fans of slow burn romance, forbidden romance, found family, morally gray characters, touch her and die, who did this to you, enemies to lover, forced proximity, vampires versus wolves.
That's all my favorite tropes. Oh,
yeah.
Did I? Yeah.
Say less, actually.
Yeah.
Say less.
I agree. That was amazing.
I'm so intrigued. That makes me think that there's only going to be 2 books with how that's describing that.
That's true. Like,
but I don't know.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess we'll find out May 5th.
Stay tuned. We're probably going to review it. So I'll just make a white wine version of this dire wine and call it a day.
That's a great idea. That's a great idea. I like it.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right. I think we've talked it through. We understand the dickmatized. We understand the scrappy FMC. The dark, mysterious, brooding Stark Therian. It's a 5 out of 5 for me, dog. I bet it's a 5 out of 5 for you, too.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Well, with that being said, I think that's all for today's episode of Pages and Potions podcast. So if you try our tempting elixir, the Dire Wine, or end up reading Direbound, and you need to feel heard, or if you read part of it and the part where we couldn't remember things, if you listen back, because I've had half of this emberwine and I'm feeling it. So if you go back and read and you want to let us know what it is we missed, that'd be great. Tag us on our Instagram or on our TikTok at Pages and Potions Podcast. We're also on YouTube. Find us there. And let us know what you think because we love this book and we love talking about it so much. On the next episode, Courtney and I are going to be discussing Rhapsodic, which is book 1 in the Bargainer series by Laura Thalassa. Both of us have read this, have loved it. We're going to be reviewing it. It's going to be a good time. And if you have any cocktail suggestions or want to just give us some book suggestions, DMs are always open. Until then, stay spicy, keep spilling the tea, and cheers. Thanks for listening.
Cheers. Yeah.